I wanted to talk to you also about older hardware. Older hardware isn't necessarily garbage. As you can see, I've emulated a system with a 2 gigabyte memory capacity. This is more than what you'd need to run the system that I'm installing. I'd say you'd only need about a gigabyte and maybe 500 to 2 gigabytes of swap. You could deal with 512 megabytes of RAM with some swap. YouTube may be a little glitchy running at that capacity, but most things on the web that use Flash aren't really that worthwhile. There's a few good Facebook games, that kind of thing, but if you're looking to make sure your kids are only doing word processing for the most part, an older system installed much like what I'm installing here would be optimal. I got used to older hardware and running things like Debian Linux with a minimalistic window manager instead of a desktop environment. I typically use GNU Step or fluxbox. I'll be showing you how to install fluxbox as well as the XDM desktop manager, which is a login manager. I also will show you how to install and configure xorg. Thank you for your time. Okay, now it's starting to install the software. This can take a little bit of time depending on your system. This is a fairly fast system. It was Acer that I purchased. It's the first new computer that I've had since 1999. I've used older hardware since then. It's an economy model with 8 gigabytes of RAM, a dual-core Intel processor with HDMI outputs, and I've installed 4 gigabytes of RAM. It was 4 at first, now it's 8, and I've installed an NVIDIA 720, I think. That might be wrong, I don't know. It was $75 at Best Buy. How would that type of thing help a virtual machine? Well, it'd help a virtual machine a good bit because the graphics will be processed separately by the processor on that board. I'll do some videos about hardware later.